Yes, this afternoon's Rob's Roving report coming to you from the KMITL Stadium, which stands for King's Mongtul Institute of Technology, Lat Krabang, a stadium that former home to Thai Honda amongst other sides. And today's game, an intriguing battle. It sees second place Futera United, who was featured heavily on last week's show, and well worth a listen, I recommend that. And they're up against Dome FC. Both former members of the Thai League, been missing for quite some time, desperate to go back up to the national setup. If Futera win today, they go 1 point above Dome. So a vital game in the history of both clubs, really. This is the first time in this campaign that Futera are using designated home ground. They've played other games at other stadiums so far. They've been awarded a 2-0 win for a walkover against EGY, and they've drawn their other two games, so unbeaten. But I'm sure that Dome will have plenty to say. Dome, who belong to Thammasat University, where Bangkok United ply their trade. I once went to one of their games in T4, rattling around with 50 other desperados against BG United second team. Stadium in a fine location. Many of you have probably passed it without really realising. It's at the end of the Sabanaboom and Pattaya junction, so when you do a right out of Sabanaboom heading towards the coast, you go past it. There's 4 imposing floodlights and a big stand, and we're going to have regular flyovers. We're right underneath the flight path to Savannahboom. In fact, there's one coming, so I'll carry on nattering just for a few seconds so you get some idea of the noise. I'm going to try and grab an interview with Mark Watson at some point, the owner of Futera, and see who else is around. It'd be interesting to see the crowd. They got 450 the last time when they were playing nearer their academy pace. This stadium over the other side. There's a plane coming in now, so if a goal report's interrupted by a plane, now you know the reason why. So yes, still I'm joined by Mark Watson, owner of Futera.
How you doing, Rob? It's been 10 years, mate, since I last saw you at a game.
Yeah, that's right. Incredible. Time flies.
Yeah, indeed.
Big hopes for this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm nervous about today. Like, Dome are classically the best amateur team in the country, and now they've gone into the semi-pros against us. We've played them once before in our history. We played them in the TA quarterfinals, 1-1 and then lost on penalties. So there's a little bit of needle there. Today's an important game for us. We want to sort of right that one.
Not half. I've done some research, believe it or not, for this, and I see that you played my local club, Seasicket United, in the cup a couple of years ago.
Did, yeah. So 2022, I went down there as well. I think it was 8 hours. We got on the bus.
Yeah.
Went down there. We did it right that day.
Yeah.
What's quite interesting about today is we've got a centre back. He's only 5'5". His name's Jude, playing at the back. He hasn't played at the back since that game, and he was phenomenal that game. He's normally a midfielder, attacking midfielder, but when we have our biggest games, we pull him back into defence, and today we're doing the same thing. So 2 years, and we're trying it out again, basically.
That's great stuff. And you've got the regular holders sending in your advice, have you, this afternoon?
Yeah, biggest votes probably ever for this game. So we're playing a centre back up front after looking at training and seeing that he can finish, basically, so that's great. We've got a left winger that hasn't played for a while. We started today, and we've got the centre midfielder now playing at centre back as well. So it sounds a bit crazy, but there is method to the madness.
It's good to have fans involved, as you said in your interview last week.
Yeah, it's so important to the club. So important for us to. It's like a sort of. It feels like a micro Premier League club. If we lose today, I find out about it straight away online. Like, we know that if we've made mistakes, etc., we get sort of stick from it, which all adds to the fun of it. So yeah, no, it's fingers crossed, mate. Today, this is a big one for us.
No, 100%. Great stuff, Matt. All the best for today. Cheers.
Nice to see you again, Rob.
Goal at the KMITL. 16 minutes on the clock, a fantastic move put together by Futera. The keeper of Dome pulled up a fine save, tipped it over, but from the resulting corner, forward rose the highest, nodded into the net. 1-0 Futera, 16 minutes. Well, it's all happening here in the 20th minute. Poor old owner Mark Watson's going to blow a gasket in a second. How Futera were not awarded a penalty a moment ago. It's one that We do lament the actions of VAR interrupting games, but I'm sure they would have had a very close look at an incident a few seconds ago. From this angle, I thought it was a stonewall penalty. The referee gave a corner. 1-0 after 20 minutes. Well, the game's already stretched and we're only in the 23rd minute. How Dome have just missed a sitter from in front of goal, nobody knows. Player marks on the back post, couldn't connect properly. The ball fell to a guy on the 6-yard line right in the centre and he blasted over. Still 1-0 for Futera. Well, we're just past the half-hour mark and Dome has struck the Futera woodwork. I'll tell you what, if I was still a smoker coinciding with being a Futera holder, I'd be into my second packet by now. I've never seen a breathless game like it. We had a quiet first 10 minutes and ever since it's all action. Tremendous stuff here at KMITL. The half-time whistle's been blown here at KMITL. And I tell you what, that was breathless. Really good football. And I'm getting double entertainment sat behind Mark and a fellow holder of Futera who were really going through it. Fantastic stuff. I recommend anyone tries to get along to semi-pro football. We're in Thailand. And just a footnote, teams are not allowed to play foreign players in this competition, which is probably a good way, stops teams buying their way to promotion. So, let's see what the second half will bring. I hope it's as entertaining as the first half. 1-0 for Futera at the break. Well, we're just a few minutes into the second half and a slick passing move. Got caught out at the back slightly for Futera. The keeper probably conceded a penalty. Referee played advantage, not for the first time. The ball put into the empty net. 1-1. Well, we're on the hour mark here, Dale, and I've just seen one of the best tackles all season. The defender that Mark talked about was being converted from a forward. He dashed across the area, lunged into the Dome player, caught the ball at the same time as the man, completely clean, but both players laid out at the moment. Absolute cruncher of a challenge, impeccably timed. Still 1-1. Well, Dome have just hit the crossbar for a second time. One feels that if Futera get anything out of this game, they're going to really have to work hard for it. Coming on strong, the team in all white. 1-1 after 63 minutes. Indeed, maybe had an epiphany. The resulting corner, great save by the keeper, but lashed in from close range. 2-1 to the visitors. Less than 10 minutes on the clock here at KMITL. 3-1 to Dome, a fantastically well worked goal, a clever 1-2, slotted past the keeper. I'm afraid Futera's lack of keeping all the possessions coming back to bite them more and more. They look a tired side, they've given everything. The guy who put in the great challenge earlier had to go off and that hasn't helped them. Put everything in, you cannot fault their effort, but Dome look a quality act on this performance. 3-1 to the visitors. Yes, more and more gaps opening up in the Futera defence. It's important they don't let their heads go down because they've made a fine account of themselves this afternoon. But Dome are a very good side, fit and strong, and they've got tactics. You can tell that they play together regular. Fine goal, the fourth. Rounded the keeper and a powerful finish past the defender on the line. Full time here at KMITL in Lakrabang. Final score, Futera United 1, Dome FC 4. In the end, score looks like an easy game, but for at least an hour, Futera well in it. Fitness counting in the end. Both sides will be thoroughly exhausted at the end of this encounter. Great entertainment for the healthy crowd. And Dome look favourites on this showing for promotion to T3. Futera can hold their heads up high. Many thanks to Mark and gang. What a lovely welcome. I recommend a visit to a Futera home game. Well, that's all for today. Final score, Futera 1, Dome 4.